Hello, and welcome to another episode of Video Game Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch. So I just got around to picking this game up, and I just finished it last night. It is fantastic, to be honest with you. It exceeded my expectations pretty significantly. This is a really premium Nintendo Switch experience. They've really just worked this hardware, I feel like, for all it's worth. I mean, they're not, the artistic style that they've gone with is kind of similar to Mario Odyssey. So it's, obviously it's a Mario game. It's not hyper realistic, but within the confines of the art style that they've chosen, I feel like it's a fantastic looking game. Now, my opinion may be somewhat off when it comes to graphics because I don't have a PS5 or a Xbox, any of those systems that really focus on graphical quality those aren't the systems that I own or that I really am even all that interested in. So I mean, I'm sure there probably are better graphics out there, but for a Switch game, this thing, Luigi's Mansion 3, looks beautiful. And it sounds beautiful. The sound effects and everything are very, very effective. They're effective at kind of putting you into the experience, which is what sound effects are there to do. They're there to assist in making your interactions with the environment feel believable and carry a certain feeling of weight to those interactions, and that's just a massive success here, in my opinion. So it took me, okay, I'm not sure what the average is, but it took me about 25 hours to complete this game, which is frankly a bit longer than I expected, given the nature of the game. And I also will say that I haven't really played anything quite like this before. It's really a very original game. I mean, I know that it's the third in the series, so I mean, if you want to take the three games as a collection and say that they're original in the sense that that this series is not really like anything else that I've played. The environments are highly destructible, and I wouldn't call it an action puzzle game, and it's certainly not a platforming puzzle game. I would call it, if anything, sort of an exploration puzzle game. And just wandering around and interacting with the highly interactive environments and frankly destroying them, like sucking up all of these random items into your ghost-busting vacuum cleaner, is thoroughly enjoyable, and it's kind of like popping bubble wrap. Like, it doesn't really get old. It's just a constant pleasure to wander around and vacuum stuff up and progress through the game. It's oozing personality. The puzzles are really quite clever. I never had to go online for help, which frankly I'm proud of, because I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case. A lot of times with these types of puzzle games, they can get puzzle-based games will create what I would consider a sort of artificial difficulty by making solutions to puzzles illogical or overly cryptic. And that's not the case here. I mean, I did have to pause sometimes and really think about where do I need to go next, or how am I going to navigate this? But I was always able to arrive at a solution on my own. And that feels really great, and I think it speaks to the game's balance of difficulty. I feel like it really nailed it. Also, on the note of difficulty, some of the bosses later in the game can get pretty frustrating, but again, I was always able to figure out what needed to be done and then execute on that. And so basically all of that just to basically sum up and describe just how well balanced this game's difficulty is. You will probably, everyone's different, so it's hard to really say how big of a challenge it's going to be for you. But I would say for most people, you will be challenged in this game. But if you persist, like, you absolutely can overcome, and what you're left with is a really rewarding experience. The character design, I feel like, is great. I think it's very clever and creative, and I would say absolutely go pick this game up. Like I said, it exceeded my expectations. It was, I was concerned that it would be too cryptic, or that it might be, honestly, for lack of a better, that it might just be boring or just not my thing. But it's a fantastic experience, and if you're sitting on the fence, I would recommend picking this game up. Now, it used to retail for $60, I believe. It's been reduced in a lot of places to $50 for a physical copy. I got lucky and randomly walked into a Best Buy. I haven't been to Best Buy in a long time, but I walked in there and they have it. Had it or have it, I'm not sure, but I got it at Best Buy physically for $40, and at that price, it's a firm green light. Absolutely. If you've been on the fence or procrastinating about this purchase, like, go for it. In my opinion, based on my experience with the game, it's a strong recommendation. It's a top-tier Switch game. I don't even really like that many AAA games. If you are a fan of the channel, if you've seen a lot of my videos, I don't play that many of them anymore, but Luigi's Mansion 3 and Mario Odyssey are creme de la creme as far as AAA experiences, as far as I'm concerned. And because I do play a lot of indie games, I play a lot of games that I consider to be top tier, fantastic experiences, and they cost between usually $10 and $20. And so it's gotten to the point where it's really hard for me to justify dropping a AAA amount of money on one game. So for me to recommend that means that I must think very highly of this game, and I do. Well, look, man, I think that's a fair summary of my observations and, opinions about Luigi's Mansion 3, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and click that little bell so you can get notified when I drop a new video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.